Hey YouTube, General and X here, and before we get started, I wanted to tell you that I've made an Instagram account for my YouTube channel. The username is GeneralNX_YT, and I plan to make posts about my uploads and make sure you're all up to date with the channel. Also, I'm going to start posting articles to go along with my decks on Clash Royale Arena, so go check that website out. I'll link it in the description. It's a really great Clash Royale website, and I suggest that you go take a look. So this deck is what I call the surprise deck, because it's so seemingly kind of crazy and random that it almost always surprises your opponent. Thought of this idea when I was in a clan battle, when me and my clanmate were just dropping everything like graveyard Pekkas everywhere. So I thought, why not make this a deck? So I put a bunch of cards in a deck, and I kept testing, and it's the end result. Your opponent almost never suspects the triple win condition in Pekka Ram Graveyard, because that's like so much offensive pressure. They can never ignore anything. There are a lot of variants with this deck that I've messed around with, but what you see here is my end result. This deck is my personal favorite. You could definitely change some cards if you want though. My opponent this match is using a hog bait deck, which I tend to struggle against using this deck because it doesn't have the log in it. You can substitute log for zap, but that makes this deck much more weak to Inferno Tower and most air troops. Starts the battle by throwing out a goblin barrel. Luckily my zap kills his goblins, which is a huge relief for me. He throws a hog ice spirit combo just as I use my furnace, so I have to wait a second before I can tornado the hog to my king's tower. I take 2 hog swings. That's worth it to activate my king's tower. Now if you didn't know this before, you can tornado a hog to the middle to completely shut him down once your king's tower is active. I cycle with Battle Ram in the back corner because he just used a skeleton army. Drops Princess in the back before deploying a Minion horde at the bridge. Even though my fire spirits kill most of the horde, I still drop Executioner to clean up the last minions and get rid of his princess. He uses Inferno Tower, so I'm thinking about a Pekka push now that his Inferno Tower is out of cycle. I play Mega Minion a little late right here, so I end up wasting 1 elixir. My furnace is about to go down, so I replace it with another one to keep up the offensive pressure and the annoyance from the fire spirits. I use Pekka in the back because I want to start building up my push. He rushes with his hog and I make a fatal mistake. I zapped that leftover skeleton army and now I'm down to zap for my push. I make another horrible mistake as he plays his princess. I drop my executioner as he uses Inferno Tower. Now my push is completely shut down, and I'm down my executioner. I definitely should have just saved the executioner for later on offense or defense. Luckily, my fire spirits will prevent him from playing any swarms at the bridge. I have to deal with that princess, so I use Mega Minion to clean her up. He throws a goblin barrel and deploys his hog, which will make a very dangerous push if I don't react. So I tornado and I don't take too much damage. I placed Pekka in the back. This time, I'll make sure to save my zap for that Inferno Tower. He drops his Inferno Tower just as I play my Executioner. I play a useless Mega Minion and a Battle Ram to attempt to distract that Inferno Tower. However, it's still going to lock onto my Pekka. He throws a Goblin Barrel and I know that I won't take too much damage, so I basically ignore it. My Ram connects with that Inferno Tower, destroying it, so the first Pekka still survives. He places a second Inferno Tower, but I already have a second Pekka down, and the first Pekka is still destroying his tower. I pull his hog back for any last second push to stop, and his Goblin Barrel is way too late. There's nothing he can do, and that's GG. I won in the end because I managed to get rid of his hardest counter to my deck, that Inferno Tower. Once it was gone, my push was free to go for his tower and destroy it. I made some huge mistakes earlier, but I managed to recover and pull the game back into my favor. Dealing with log bait is very difficult with this deck. This battle demonstrated very well how to counter it. This match is versus the infamous Lava Loon Lightning deck. If you don't know this deck, you should probably learn it because it's kinda popular. I rush with Battle Ram to see what he reacts with. He uses a tombstone and I zap down all the spawn skeletons. This forces him to use a Mega Minion, so he doesn't take too much damage. I still get about 300 damage, which is what I wanted out of that push. I dropped my Executioner because I hadn't known that he was using Lava Loon yet. Had I known that, I definitely would have saved him for defense along with the Tornado. There's the Lava Hound, and now I know his deck. He ignores the Executioner, however, so he ends up doing tons of damage to the tower. I prepare my Furnace and brace myself for a strong defense because I know that balloon's incoming. There's the balloon. So I use Mega Minion to start dealing with it. He actually drops normal minions, and those end up taking out my Mega Minion. With my spell combo, those minions die and his balloon is left at 1 HP. I know my Fire Spirits will take it out, so all I have to worry about is that Lava Hound. I used an Executioner to deal with all the Lava Pups, because I knew that he could not start another push right now. He was considering Lightning, but that was probably smart of him not to use it, because that Furnace is going to die anyways. I'm hoping that the Executioner will kill his Tombstone, but he doesn't let that happen, and he uses his Mega Minion. There's another Lava Hound in the back, so I save up my Elixir to prepare to defend. We both wait, daring each other to drop something. Eventually, I start to get bored and I give in, and I use my Battle Ram. For some reason, he has this strange urge to Lightning, which is really horrible for him, because it targeted my Ram instead of my Furnace. And one Barbarian still survived too. So my Mega Minion will completely destroy the Lava Hound, and I drop a Pekka in the middle of all those Lava Pups to soak up all the damage. The result is that my Mega Minion and my tower actually take 0 damage. I use an Executioner to support that push, and a Graveyard to start racking up damage on that tower. He has nothing to defend, so my push is clear to start destroying that tower. He gives up and lets me have the 3-crown victory. All I had to do that match was capitalize on that one mistake that he made, which was the Lightning on the Ram instead of the Furnace. That made for a clear victory. Overall, a solid match, really. This final match is versus a Hog Rider Elite Barbarians deck. My starting hand isn't very great, so I wait until my opponent puts his starting card down. It's a Knight, so I place a late Executioner and actually end up wasting 1 Elixir. So now he's up like 4. With that said, he drops Elite Barbarians down the right, so I drop a Pekka to counter that, and that's gonna force him to react to the Pekka. And my Executioner's still alive, so I use a Battle Ram to pressure that lane. So he has to spend Elixir on the right, and my Battle Ram connects with his tower. I tornado that Hog to my King's tower, as my push does massive damage to that left tower. I use the Furnace to force a reaction out of him, and he uses a Musketeer to stop all those Fire Spirits. He prepares to support the Musketeer, just as I prepare to defend it. His baby dragon will defend, and is at the bridge. So I use Executioner and Mega Minion to destroy the Musketeer. His baby dragon will die to my troops, but I don't have enough Elixir to take advantage of my Executioner. He's gonna easily shut that down with Knight, so I have to prepare to defend. Sure enough, a Hog is on the right side, so I have to zap the cycle to my Tornado. It ends up pulling both his Knight and his Hog, stopping both troops, but I still take a Hog swing. I ready my Furnace, but he actually rushes me with Elite Barbarians. I have to use my Pekka to defend, and now I'm very low on Elixir. However, I know that double Elixir is gonna hit, so I get ready to drop my Furnace down the left lane. I drop my Furnace down the left, and my Executioner on the right, to clean up all those leftover troops that he used to counter my Pekka. I rush with a Battle Ram Graveyard down the left lane, and I zap his skeleton army that he uses to counter. The Battle Ram connects with his tower, and there's almost nothing he can do as I destroy it. He drops a Hog, and I shut him down with my Tornado. He drops Elite Barbarians as I defend the left. So I have to defend the right, and defend the Elite Barbarians with my Pekka. My Pekka will shut down his push for a positive trade because he added minions on for no use. Now I'm confident of victory at this point. All I have to do is defend the rest of the match. That'll be a convincing victory for me. Fires above my furnace, but it's to no avail. My Executioner seals the deal. That's a victory for me. Deck is my personal favorite because of its effectiveness and playstyle. It's not a total beatdown deck, as it does have some control elements in it, but your end goal should still be to build up a good push in the end. You should play a lot on your side of the arena until it hits the minute mark. We can actually start going on the offensive. You can substitute Executioner for Baby Dragon if you want a safer option for this deck, but I enjoy the risk-reward playstyle of Executioner. You can add a high damage spell if you want, as the current deck doesn't really have one, it only has Zap to damage towers. Finally, you can substitute Log for Zap if you want a better deck versus Log Bait, but I prefer Zap for the ability to reset charge attacks. Overall, thanks for watching. Please leave a like and press that subscribe button. Also, make sure to press the bell button too. This has been General NX signing out. See ya all next time.